From the oldest secret group to the infamous Illuminati, these are some of the most secretive societies ever. There are secret societies out there, and they may be who really makes the decisions. If you had the chance, what secret society would you choose? Let's take a look at some of them. Number 6. The Bilderberg Group. Established in 1954 by Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, here we have a secret society that seems to hide in plain sight. The group got its name because the first meeting was held at Hotel de Bilderberg in the Netherlands. The meetings they hold each year are set to discuss Atlanticism, which is a better understanding between the cultures of the US and Western Europe, to promote cooperation on political, economic, and defense issues. But the actual content of the meetings is heavily guarded. 2 people are invited to represent each country involved in the meeting, one liberal and one conservative. The actual content of the discussions is kept secret, but we do know that large corporations like Ford Motor Company fund thousands of dollars for the meetings. Seeing as how all the attendees are political figures and large business owners, it would be no shock that this organization can manipulate a vast portion of the world economy and its governments. Several people have theorized that this organization was started to develop a world government, but there isn't any serious proof to back this claim up. No proof. None. Zero. None. Don't even look it up. It's not worth it. Don't. Yeah. The Bilderberg Group still meets every year, and probably still controls more than we can imagine. Number 5. Ordo Templi Orientis. Ordo Templi Orientis, the Order of the Temple of the East, is known to be a bit more extreme in their practice. Considered to be a more religious fraternal organization, they were founded in the early 1900s by Karl Kellner and Theodore Royce. Actually modeled after the Freemasons, they took their practice to the next level with an arduous initiation that includes a series of ceremonies that used ritual drama to push fraternal bonds and impart spiritual and philosophical teachings. The ultimate goal of the OTO is to instruct the individual by allegory and symbol in the profound mysteries of nature, and thereby to assist each to discover his or her own true identity. Essentially, these guys mix magic, religion, and a touch of science to explain their views of the world. They have factions all over the place, some claiming that other lodges are not actually legitimate. Regardless, their influence on society isn't very well known, and being shrouded in such secrecy has raised many questions. Number 4. The Freemasons. Stemming from fraternal organizations of stonemasons, the Freemasons regulated the qualifications for stonemasons and set the standard for working with clients. From quality of work to proper compensation, the Freemasons are probably the most well-known of the organizations, and they claim not to be a secret. But since their emergence in 1717, the Freemasons have had a suspicious presence. Many notable figures were members of the Freemasons, including the US founding father George Washington, and 7 other signers of the Declaration of Independence. But don't worry, the society got their hands even further into the US government, having 14 known presidents in the society, and by 1952, something like 90% of the US Supreme Court justices were members of the Freemasons. With the level of secrecy and complex chain of command, it's difficult to believe that this boys club hasn't had any effect on political decision-making in the last few centuries. There are even conspiracies that have linked the Freemason Society to the assassination of JFK. Although Freemasons can say they're part of the club, there is still an unknown hierarchy that adds an even bigger layer of secrecy. Number 3. Illuminati. To put an end to the machinations of the purveyors of injustice, to control them without dominating them. This is the credo by which the Illuminati practices. Power without force, and using knowledge unknown to the public. Which is perfect, considering the word Illuminati is Latin for the enlightened ones. The Bavarian Illuminati is considered the original of this group, dating back to 1776, believed to be a fork from the Freemasons. This secret organization is blamed for some serious disruption. They're actually thought to have orchestrated the French Revolution, but that's only the beginning. Many people go as far as to believe that the Illuminati are responsible for most, if not all, of the economic downturns, to maintain control and order of public society. Although the organization seems like this backroom evil group, there's a heavy belief that a group like this is actually meant to keep governments and religion from gaining too much power over the common man, and in fact, their agenda is to keep power spread evenly throughout society. Other groups have been given the title of Illuminati, and some are believed to be a branch of the original Bavarian Illuminati, and many celebrities and intellectuals have been believed to be members of the group. Heck, there's even a website for the Illuminati. But it wouldn't be a very secret organization if they're so public, so who even knows what's happening here, really? Number 2. The Rosicrucians. The Rosicrucians may be the motherlode of societies stemming from Europe, believed to use occult practices to change the world. This mysterious group has a tenacious history, having published manifestos that date back as far as the early 1600s. The Rosicrucians were thought to have had about 8 original members that date back even further to the 1400s. Of the 8 members, each was a doctor, and they all took an oath to heal the sick without payment, to maintain the secret fellowship, and lastly, to find their own replacement before they died. 3 more generations were believed to rise from the original members, but it's the publication of the manifestos that gave rise to its reputation. The organization is believed to have had significant impact on religious, scientific, and political beliefs of the time. The Rosicrucians are also credited with the creation of the Freemasons and the Illuminati, amongst other secret societies. Number 1. The Knights Templar. The Knights Templar, also known as the Order of Solomon's Temple, were a Catholic military order recognized in 1139. The order was actually founded in 1119 and was active until 1312. The Knights Templar were prominent in Christian finance and were among the most skilled fighting units of the Crusades. The members of the organization that did not fight were managing large economic infrastructure throughout Christendom, developing what is thought to be an early form of modern banking. The Templars' heavy ties to the Crusades is what actually caused their downfall when the Holy Land was lost. Support for the organization was lost as well. With their popularity blemished, King Philip IV, who was in debt to the organization, took advantage and captured, tortured, and executed any members he could find. What a guy, huh? Conspiracy theorists associate the Knights Templar with the Ark of the Covenant, the blood of Jesus, and even the Holy Grail. But there isn't any hard evidence of any of this. It is pretty widely agreed upon that they had a heavy political and economical influence, and they even funded large-scale building projects in London that still exist today. They did have a harsh downfall, and it is likely the Templar influenced other similar organizations to follow the shape of European society. Check out the featured comment below, subscribe for more World and Earth, and I'll see you in the next video.